There he is. Sam, welcome.
Thanks for waiting.
Okay, let's welcome Sam. It's my fault entirely. I got the logistics a little messed up there. Sam, thank you, and good luck.
Okay. All right, so they have my laptop back there somewhere with all my notes on it, so hopefully this works out. Thank you all for joining me. I'm filling in for the great Brian Forrester. A little bit about me. I've been working for eFolder for about 2 years now. I work in partner enablement. My responsibility to make sure all of our partners know how to use our products and they're deploying them in a way that's meeting their goals and fulfilling what it's supposed to do for them. So I'll just wait a moment for the slides to get up there. And while we're waiting, just a show of hands, who isn't using any cloud applications today? Okay, so I'm kind of blinded by the lights. I see one hand over there. We have a rebellious individual in the audience. But I think most of you should be familiar with cloud applications. And many of you may have had experience moving data from your on-prem servers to the cloud. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about some of the risks associated with that that you may not have thought about up until this point. And we're going to talk about some of the things you can do to mitigate those risks. And so it's been a great conference so far. Great coffee out there. I drank one cup of coffee and it was kind of lukewarm, so I just swigged it down really quickly. The second cup was really hot.
It doesn't seem to be going slideshow right now.
Okay. Well.
Yep, we're still waiting.
All right.
So sorry about this.
No problem.
Last minute. Can you just type the password?
Thanks for bearing with me. I heard we'll have the slideshow up in just a moment. So Cloud Finder, if you missed the presentation by Brian Forrester, it's cloud-to-cloud backup. It's going to back up your cloud applications. Specifically, Office 365, Google Apps, Box, and Salesforce. And that's what we'll be talking about today. So there is the first slide. Do I have a clicker up here? How do I? Okay. Hand signals. So the name of this presentation, why and how to back up cloud application data for Office 365, Google Apps, Salesforce, and Box. Thank you. All right, so on the agenda today, we're going to talk about how much data is being lost. We're going to talk about the top 5 sources of data loss, and we're going to introduce you to Cloud Finder, show you how to protect yourself from data loss using our technology. So there's a big myth about the cloud today, and it's that the cloud has completely eradicated data loss. And while Office mishaps such as somebody unplugging the file server, hardware failures, or insufficient cooling systems in the server room are effectively gone, with the resiliency and the reliability of the cloud, the fact of the matter is end users are still around. End users have always been the #1 cause of downtime and data loss. With the cloud, it's no different. Today, businesses are changing their production applications from on-prem to cloud-based. What happens when they delete data from those cloud applications in 10, 15, 30 days? That data is going to be gone forever in many cases. Many enterprise platforms have rich configurable retention and backup policies as well as restore policies. But for most SMB enterprise application or SMB applications, that's not the case. They don't have those rich restore and retention features. With so much important, valuable, confidential data in these cloud applications, it's very important for SMBs to have a backup and restore capability moving forward. Just looking at this slide, there was a survey completed. About 1 in 3 businesses has experienced some sort of data loss with these cloud applications. Start talking about some of the sources for that data loss. We'll go through the top 5, and starting with the largest source, it's user error. 64% of all data loss in cloud applications can be attributed to user error. 47% of that data loss is just somebody accidentally deleting something. The important takeaway here is that humans make mistakes. It's very hard to save yourself from human error. What you want to do is plan for the inevitable, have a rich backup program in place, and that's more important than ever with these cloud applications. Second largest cause of data loss in these cloud applications is hackers, 13%. Hackers we're defining as outsiders who get into the system with nefarious intent. This isn't something that's reserved for large Fortune 500 companies, mega corporations like Target or Sony. 50% of all hackers or hacking or data breaches are actually occurring to companies with less than 1,000 employees. So the point here, hackers don't exclusively target the big corporations. They're after anyone that can help them make a dollar. Closing accounts, number 3, with 10% of all data loss. An example, somebody changes their CRM. They delete all the data in the first CRM, and they move to the second CRM, not really thinking about what happened with the data that was on the old platform. Without reliable backup, data stored in a without a reliable backup, data stored in a discontinued application may be lost forever. The fourth cause of data loss is malicious deletion. Employees don't value company data as much as the IT department does. For a lot of companies with high turnover, this might be a larger problem than others. You look at B2B sales, they have 14% churn, employee churn. If there is an angry employee, a disgruntled employee, they may nuke their Salesforce account before they move on, get rid of all those nice leads, and set your company back a little bit. So you really want something that's backing up that data, and you want something that's going to give you the ability to restore that information quickly and efficiently. Third-party software rounds out the top 5 with 7% of all data loss being deleted by third-party software. So whether that's third-party software overwriting a current piece of information or accidentally identifying it as a duplicate and deleting it, it's a real problem and something that companies are facing today. So with the rapid adoption of cloud services, companies are struggling with some important problems. Data loss, data fragmentation, and compliance violations are all something that companies face when they change their applications from running on-prem to the cloud. Introducing Cloud Finder, a better way to back up the cloud. So companies really need to start thinking about backing up the data that they have in their cloud applications. Before today, companies were backing up their on-prem data with the cloud, and now it's time to start seriously considering backing up your cloud applications with the cloud. Picture tells 1,000 words, and we have this very simple graphic behind me, but hopefully it illustrates the point what Cloud Finder is here to do. You can see they have their production applications in that skyscraper graphic. We have somebody running Google Apps, Box, Salesforce, and Office 365. With Cloud Finder, they are backing up that data to our Safe Haven Vault, where they have a second redundant copy of their data. From there, they can search across the services. They can drill into a user account. They can search by data type and restore any of that data to any of the users in those applications. They can restore it across users, and they can also restore it from one application to another. One of the big features Cloud Finder supports is the ability to run backups for multiple services in one environment. This is important. It gives your IT department or your system admin control over federated data. If you have data living in any of these three applications, once they're in Cloud Finder, they're effectively searchable in one interface with very powerful search tools and restore tools at your disposal. It's very common today for businesses to run, 2, maybe 3 of these applications at once. Our company, we use Office 365 for productivity. We have certain departments who are also using Google Apps, and we all use Salesforce on a daily basis. So all of our cloud applications are being backed up by Cloud Finder, all in one slick user interface. And our system admin, he has control over all of that data. So for security and compliance purposes, once data is backed up to our Safe Haven backup, it is free from being tampered with by any users. Users can't accidentally or maliciously delete anything that's been backed up using Cloud Finder. Additionally, the backup schedule, it's occurring 3 times per day in the background. Users can't tamper with that backup schedule. So you can rest assured knowing that your backups are being completed 3 times per day. The search function is really what sets this apart from some of our competitors. You can get very granular with our search capabilities here. You can search by service. If you have multiple services or multiple applications being backed up, you can search by individual user. You can drill down to the different types of data that is being stored in Cloud Finder. And it's very easy to view the items right in the Cloud Finder application. So the search wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for our flexible and granular restores. Very easy to locate your data with the search function, but it's even easier to restore it. So you can do a restore at the individual level for a file, or you can easily select an entire group of data and get that restored to a user, get it back to the native application, or you could restore it to, you could create an export file, have a download ready on your desktop with all the information that you've requested. You can restore it from user A to user B, and you can even restore it from application A to application B. Very flexible and very powerful. Also very quick. That's the name of the game here with these applications. You want them to be fast. End users or users want their data right away. Cloud Finder helps to facilitate that. Rich reporting and monitoring. Each application that's backed up in Cloud Finder is going to have a progress bar in your Cloud Finder dashboard. It will show you the status of each backup, not only for each application, but also for each service that you're backing up within the application. So if you're backing up Office 365 domain, you can see the status of the OneDrive backups, the SharePoint, the mail, the calendars, the contacts, all separately. Also, every single move, every search query, every restore or export that's undertaken in Cloud Finder is going to be logged. So there's a lot of transparency and a rich auditing capability. You can tell every action that's been taken in the application through the reporting and monitoring tab. Cloud Finder comes with military-grade encryption. We have 128-bit encryption in transit, 256-bit at rest. And I'd like to just go through a couple use cases, so hopefully this will make some sense to you. But we also have a live demo with one of our most senior sales engineers coming up at 11. So if you want to really dive into this, see what it looks like, ask a lot of questions, that will be coming up following this presentation. So first use case. You need to provide all email messages from a certain time frame for legal reasons. Some accounts have been deleted. Maybe some of the involved parties have left the company. The solution's simple. Export emails from Cloud Finder. Nothing is ever deleted in Cloud Finder. So you can see the query that we've entered is office party. Something happened at an office party. We don't know what. Use your imagination. But you want to find out everybody who had office party mentioned in their emails. Another thing to mention about Cloud Finder is everything that's backed up is fully indexed. So all of the contact information, all email messages, all attachments, all documents, and then the contents of those documents are also indexed. So full text search, it's very easy to find your data. So in this case, we're looking for things that revolve around this office party. We've located all the office party emails. The next step, we want to export them. So you can see under the Action tab, there's two distinct restore options. You can restore it. The next step would be to choose a user, or you can export it, which will create a download with all that content for you. Second use case, you need to find all project-specific documents. You search the entire domain, including the deleted accounts, for any content. So this project took place in London. You need to find out, or you need every piece of information that relates to this project in London for e-discovery purposes. Another great use case for Cloud Finder. You have your search query in there, you have your results, and you're restoring it. And this, I thought there was another slide there. So in that situation, you could restore it. You could choose the user that you want to restore it to, or the application that you want to restore it to. This scenario, a receipt or bill of sale stored on box is missing. It's been deleted. Solution, you want to restore all of these documents, all your receipts, to a user from Cloud Finder. So here you locate bill of sale, you find some documents, and you select the user that you want to restore this to right there. So very simple, very quick, very sleek, and reliable. It works, and it works very efficiently. So in this scenario, they are restoring to a box account. And in the next scenario, it looks like they are restoring this to a Gmail account. So you can try Cloud Finder today. We have free trials available through our website, cloudfinder.com. And I encourage everyone to attend our live Cloud Finder demo presentation at 11:05 at the demo theater in the Expo Hall. And we'll be able to answer all your questions. I can answer questions right now if anyone has any. Just shout them at me. I can't see because of these lights. All right.
Do you timestamp your backup so you can go back to a particular point in case that file is changed multiple times?
Yes, you can do point-in-time restores. And you can use it to access, I guess, files that have many revisions, many versions. You can use Cloud Finder for that.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you for the question. I guess I didn't have to talk into the mic the whole time. I could have walked around.
One question for you, sir.
Yeah.
In the different use cases that you were talking about, would you ever have a situation where someone was, let's say, having their SharePoint system up on a cloud that you could then back up their SharePoint system?
Yes, yes. Cloud Finder does support the backup of SharePoint. SharePoint, OneDrive, all emails, contacts, and calendars.
Where do you store your backup data? In the public cloud or
Yeah, it's in
private cloud or anything, everything else?
Amazon S3 cloud. All right, well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Appreciate you sticking with me and letting me give this presentation. 11:05 in the demo hall will be our next meeting. So if you want to get some more information, feel free to stop by, and we'd be happy to have you.